Hopefully you guys can hear us. We've been talking through this entire first period, but having some technical difficulties here. So for those of you on Crossbar, if you can hear us, let us know. We are just under 5 minutes into the first period at 0-0. Nice pass from Stack to Stromberg. Stromberg's got Dodge with him. A nifty skating move, but can't get the shot off. Going to center it, but nobody there. Here's Pope. She's going to pinch. Takes a one-timer just off the stick, and look at that. Tic-tac-toe. So that was Pope to Stack to, I believe, Stromberg. Yes, Pope to Stack to Stromberg for the Hawks' first goal of the game. Just in time with the audio. Hopefully we are working now. Hawks take a 1-0 lead. So it's been a pretty even game so far. And Hawks with some good teamwork. But here comes the Riders. Owen Carlson to pick him up off the glove of Ethan. Oh, and there's Henrik Varley. That looks like a cross-check to me, but again, no call. We've had no penalties called so far. That's going to be offside, so we're coming back. Okay. 4 minutes remain in the first period. Hawks up 1-0. Nolan Seyfried at the face-off with Varley and Boston Kemper, plus Margaret Pope and Owen Carlson back as your blue liners, just off the stick of Ethan. Oh, Ryder's kid loses an edge, so Pope tries to clear it, but Riders continue to hold that line. Shot, save, and no rebound. And another shot, but deflected off of what I think the Riders player was, and that's going to leave the zone. So puck's going to head over to the corner. That's Varley and Seyfried. Carlson's going to pinch, see if he can get a shot off. Boston Kemper battles, and Seyfried back on D. Pope's going to hustle to try to get to the puck first, and she gets close, heads into the boards, and wins that battle. So Boston Kemper up to Carlson. Carlson's going to get to his forehand. He doesn't quite get enough on it. And puck escapes. Blom, nice pass right to the tape of Boston Kemper. Boston Kemper's going to smartly dump and change. That didn't look like icing to me, but must have been pretty close. So right idea as we're going to head back out down into front of our net. So that's laying at the face-off. Riders win it. Looking for a quick shot. They don't get it. And nice pass out of the zone. No ice. That's Deep, Busman, and Lang, plus Kane and Blom. Kane keeps it, gets it to Busman. Nice stick lift by Lang. He was looking to try to get a backhanded shot off there, but broken up by the Riders. And puck exits, but Blom with time. Going to actually be on net. Nathan taps it to his blue liner. Blom centers it to Lang, but Riders intercepted. Going to get a shot saved by Ethan. And puck leaves. Here comes Lang. laying on the back check. And here's Peterson. Out with Pope. Pope's going to step forward. Luckily, that shot was high over the net because that was a good look by the Riders. Hawks still continue to struggle to get it out of the zone, particularly against the boards. Deep wraps it around. Bussman's going to try to step forward. Riders keep it. Bussman battles. Right to the stick of Pope. Off the wall. Off the stick of Bussman. And here we go in the other direction. That's Lang to Deep. Deep's going to have a little look, but patiently waits. Drops it to Peterson. Bussman tries to center it. Peterson keeps. Nice play, but off the glove of the Riders blue liner. So puck flying high in the air. And a shot wide of the net. Deep is there. First Deep looking for Dodge with a one-timer. Got his stick on it. So did the Riders defenseman. And just fresh off the bench, great keep by Stack. And that's going to be offsides. Just barely. 14 seconds left in the first period. Hawks up 1-0. $14 seconds to go. Hawks win the face-off. There's Quade Dodge. He's going to try to get a shot off, broken up by the defenseman for the Riders. Stack behind the net. Stack was looking to center it for Dodge, and that's going to be the end of the first period with the Hawks up 1-0. All right, back at it here in the second period. Hawks up 1-0. Probably going to take more than one to win this game. Here comes the Riders. Nice D by Blom to break it up. And nice pass right to the stick of Stack. Stack with a shot. Almost a rebound for Stromberg, who made that pass. And here goes Owen Carlson to retrieve. He's got Blom back, and we've got Stromberg, Dodge, and Stack. Nice puck movement. Here comes Stack. He's got two Hawks with him. Working from the side of the net. Nice save by the Riders goalie. So Boston Kemper laying Varley out. As Varley picks it up in the corner against two riders. Blom's going to pinch. Blom's going to take it forward. Wraps it around the boards. And Varley battles one player, two players down. Here comes Lang to support. Lang's going to get away with it. Lang has it, taking his time. And here's Blom, also with time. Fires a shot right at the Riders defenseman. And Blom keeps it, sends it back in. This is a nice shift by this crew to keep the pressure on. Puck behind the net. And here come the Riders. Carlson's going to hustle, breaks up the pass, gets a shot, but high over the net. Varley gets it to Lang. Lang, and Boston Kemper stays on side. If he can center it, not quite enough. And here comes the Riders. So fresh off the bench, that's going to be a trip as Kane was hustling, as was OC on the back check. Not a bad penalty, as that could have resulted in a breakaway goal for the Riders. So Carlson's going to head to the penalty box. First penalty called in the game. 12 minutes remaining. So Hawks are on the penalty kill for 90 seconds. That's Busman, Seyfried, Kane, and Blom. Blom with pressure. Busman had a second, should have probably skated it, but was trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. That's Kane sending it up around the boards. Riders sent it behind the net. And centering pass, but to nobody. They keep it, send it back around the horn. And here goes Kane to work again. So Boulder did a good job of moving the puck, but nothing to show for it just yet. There's Busman with a big physical stick right there, and he's going to get it out of the zone. Nice play by Jackson Busman. There's Nolan Seyfried with pressure. Blom was looking to backhand that over the blue line. And here comes Kane with time. Nice job changing direction. We got 20 seconds left. Dangerous pass up to the center. And nice block by Harper Blom, saving what could have been a power play goal for Boulder off the pads of Ethan. 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. Let's see if Busman can get it out, and he does. Nice play by Jackson Busman. He's going to hustle, and that penalty is going to expire. So penalty killed by the Hawks. We're back to even strength hockey. Seyfried deep, and now Stack on the ice. Hope on the ice, loses it, but quickly gets it to Dodge, who also loses it, and here come the Riders. So Pope with a one-on-one, going to push wide, shot wide, as Riders reset. So Dodge gets his stick on it. That's Peterson to Stromberg. Stromberg's going to send it all the way across to Stack. Stack has to go backwards a little bit to get it, but he does. Stack's got Dodge, and Dodge going to try to get a shot off. He does, but right at the chest of the Riders goalie. 9.5 minutes left. 1-0 Hawks. The Brecken Stack on the face-off. Nice tape job on his stick. Stack wins it. Stack, great pass to Stromberg. Fired it a little too high, but That was a nice win off the face-off and a great pass. Stack to Dodge. A little crowded back there behind the net. Or that's Stromberg back there. Here's Stack again. Was trying to wrap it around. Boulder breaks it up. And Dodge is going to dump it into the corner. Pope's going to pinch forward. She does. And Dodge is back with Peterson as the Hawks have numbers. Nice drop pass by Boulder, but Ethan ready for it. Ethan saves it. Little rebound shot wide of the net. Great outlet pass up to Stromberg. But Stromberg can't control it, and right to the stick of Pope. Pope hits Dodge. Dodge to Stromberg. Stromberg's got Stack. He hits him. Stack's going to launch it, and he does just off the side of the net. Nice looking play by the Hawks. And with a little extra sauce on that, Stromberg gets the rebound, comes around the net, right in the 5-hole of the goalie. That was just some hard work. That was some grit on that goal. 2-0 Hawks. You can call that a greasy one. As the Hawks take a 2-0 lead. If you can believe the scoreboard, the Hawks are getting outshot 12-7. Feels a little closer than that, but they've had more opportunities than we have, yet we have converted them into goals. So here we are again, moving the puck back towards the Boulder net. So that's Carlson and Kane with Lang, Varley, Voss, and Kemper. Here's Lang. Taking his time, scanning, trying to wait, be patient, finds Varley, and it almost scoots into the net in a similar fashion. It was almost like off the skate of Varley there, and it just floating right in front of the net. Great opportunity for the Hawks. Varley at the faceoff. Varley wins it. It gets it to Luke Vossen-Kemper. Vossen-Kemper wanted to get to his forehand. Puck again, just hanging out in front of the net. And there's Henrik Varley putting it away. Hawks, so much pressure right in front of the Boulder net. Now resulted in 2 goals here within the last couple of minutes. So that's Varley putting it into the net. As the Hawks take a commanding 3-0 lead. So that's Kane looking for Vossen-Kemper. Vossen-Kemper's going to take it back into the corner. He's got a shot. Not a great angle, though. Fires it right at the chest of the Riders goalie. So Varley tying him up in the face-off circles, but here comes the Riders. Lang with pressure. That's Kane working on the boards. Nice keep by the Hawks. Nice keep again by Kane, but puck exits the zone. Riders are going to dump it into the corner, and Carlson's going to pick it up. So here comes Carlson with time. Was looking for a streaking Varley on that one as the Riders sent it behind the net again. So Carlson against the boards. Turns, chips it up to Vossen-Kemper, and Vossen-Kemper going to be off to the races. Lang loses an edge. He had his man beat. Nice keep by Owen Carlson. He's going to have some time. He fires it, but blocked by the Riders. And Kane almost there, but whiffs on it. Carlson's going to have to hit the gas to catch the Riders player who sends it just wide of the net. So nice hustle by Carlson. Ethan was ready for it. Wasn't on net. Here comes Varley. Varley broken up in the middle. That's Kane battling behind the net. Varley comes away with it. Varley got Vossenkemper, but just a little in front of him. He's going to beat the Boulder player to the puck. That's a penalty. That's a no call. And here comes Harper Blom. Blom looking to center, broken up by the Riders. And we're going in the opposite direction. So that's Seyfried on the back check. Peterson with a defensive stop, no call. And here comes Nolan Seyfried. He's got Busman skating with him. That might have been offsides, but no call there. Puck exits the zone right to the stick of Harper Blom. She waits patiently and then sends it back behind the net. So Busman's going to go chase it. Deep with the strong stick. Kicks it to Busman. Busman fires it, but blocked by the Riders. Riders have had a lot of blocked shots. Seyfried pops it forward deep, turning unselfish pass to Busman. He could have shot that, passed it to his line mate, but no luck as we've got Peterson and Blom back. Riders take a shot wide of the net again. Shot, save. Nice play by Ethan to cover that up. 4.5 to go. Hawks up 3-0. So that's Stack at the faceoff. Blom has it. Peterson to support. Benny Stromberg, great outlet pass. Oh, Stack loses an edge too. That ice must be slippery over there. Blom with time. Reverses. Sends it up the boards. And Stack with pressure. Stack's going to chip it just off the netminder. Almost got a rebound by Stromberg. As Peterson keeps it, sends it back around behind the net. Stack's going to get there first. He's got Dodge in the center, or he's got Stromberg behind the net. So puck tied up behind the net. They got stuck in the net. And there's a whistle. So Riders win it, working behind their own net. Stromberg hits Dodge. Dodge looking for a shot, but wide of the net. Stack to Dodge. Was hoping to get it to Stromberg. And here comes the Riders. So that's Pope and Kane. Little dust up at center ice. Kane, nice pass to Stromberg as Dodge stays on side. To the stick of Kane. Kane looking for Pope. Pope pokes it forward to Stromberg. Stromberg's going to send it back behind the net for Stack to go to work. Dodge, nice play using the boards, but intercepted by the Riders. Pope tied up along the boards. Kane back. Riders have a 2-on-1. Pope hustling back, slides into the Riders player. So broken up what could have been a 2-on-1 opportunity. Nice play by the Hawks to recover. And Kane with time. Kane's going to hit Dodge in the center. Dodge off the foot of Vossenkemper. He's going to send it towards the net off the stick of the Riders goalie. And that's Carlson back on the ice with Blom. That's going to be icing. Minute 45 to go. Hawks 3-0. So that's Lang, Varley, Voss, and Kemper out with Blom and Carlson. Varley takes a body, but he pops right back up. Harper sending it to the net. And a quick thinking pass by the Riders as Blom, back checking on her horse, breaks it up. And again, nice defense by the Hawks to not give up anything easy today. Austin Kemper intercepts. That's Lang. Sending it back behind for Varley. And here come the Riders as Boston Kemper hustles back. Carlson's there as well. And hard to tell what's happening, but that's a no goal by the referee there. So puck was kind of flying in the air. It looks like Ethan fell on it. And the referee was right there. He says no goal, and there is not instant replay in 12UA hockey, so it will remain no goal. Nice play by Ethan. 42 seconds left in the second period. Seyfried at the face-off. Sends it back behind the net. Poke picks it up. Hits deep. Deep's got a streaking Seyfried. Let's see if Seyfried can get there to keep it on sides. He does. Gets his stick on it. Busman was there. A Riders player was there too. Deep battles on the boards. Seyfried to support. Seyfried takes a body, and we're heading the other direction. So that's Peterson and Pope. Pope sends it forward looking for Busman. And Riders player right to Deep, who takes his time, waiting for his teammates to get back on sides, but no such luck. And that's the end of our second period as the Hawks up 3-0. All right, we're back started the third period. There was a late penalty called there. Seems like after the whistle or after the end of the second period, but Seyfried's in the box for 90 seconds. Not sure what for. So Hawks start off the period on the penalty kill. That's Pope and Peterson working with Dodge and Busman. So Dodge comes away with it. He's got Busman. Busman's going to try to clear the zone, broken up by the Riders. And Dodge is going to send it smartly into the opposite direction. And that puck's almost died before that line, but it's going to be icing. .51 seconds left on the penalty kill. Stack on the faceoff. Pope battling two Riders. And Dodge comes away with it, almost out of the zone. Peterson tries to exit the zone. Riders with control. 25 seconds left on the power play for the Riders. That's Pope. Dangerous pass as it was centered to the Riders player just wide of the net. And right into the glove of Ethan. 11 seconds remain on the penalty, then Seyfried will be free. So that's Blom and Kane now in as your blue liners with Dodge and Stack to try to kill the remaining penalty, and they do. And with momentum, here comes Brecken Stack taking on multiple Riders players. He was looking for Dodge. Nice idea, but just slightly in front of him. Blom pinches forward. Nice play to get it back to Dodge. And Riders dump it into the corner. Kane with control to Stromberg. And Stromberg's going to take it out of the zone. Nice pass to Stack. Stack with one to beat. He does. He gets a shot off. But nice save by the Riders netminder. Seyfried back on the ice, working with Stack and Stromberg. And that's Carlson out with Kane. Shot and in through the 5-hole of Ethan. He almost had it, but the Riders snuck one in. And that was like 5 horn blows by the scoreboard operator here at the Blue Sports Table. One would have been sufficient. But they must be excited as it's now 3-1 Hawks, 11 and a half minutes to go. That was a pretty hard, powerful shot by the Riders player. So let's see how the Hawks respond. As Seyfried takes it into the corner, he's got Deep in the center. He's got Busman as well. And Deep buries it. That's exactly the type of response you want to see. Maybe it took him 10 seconds to get back on the board. So nice hustle by Deep, Seyfried, Busman to make it 4-1 as the Hawks do not flinch after being scored on and make it a 3-goal lead once again. There's Pope with Carlson. Nice job, Seyfried getting in the way. Pope tries to get it out of the zone. Stopped by the riders, but here comes Busman. Busman's got Seyfried. If he can get to it first, he was moving so quickly, but didn't get his stick all the way down. Carlson pinches forward. Nice feet by Owen Carlson. Busman's got Carlson, and he had deep as well, but riders are going to reset. Pope going to pick it up. She's got her D partner, Carlson, and some time. So she's going to have it intercepted, loses an edge, but luckily her teammates are there. And that's a collision as we've got a whistle, but his arm was up, it looked like, before that collision. I'm not sure what that was. So they're going to put Seyfried back in the box. I'm not sure what for.
Somehow.
So that's a trip on Seyfried. There was a lot happening there in that interaction. So I'm not really sure why that's what they came away with. But nonetheless, here we are again, 1 minute and a half on the penalty kill. Seyfried's going to serve his time, whether he deserved it or not. So let's see if we can kill yet another penalty on the Hawks penalty kill. And this is a great start. Lang to Varley. Varley up the center, but riders come away with it. So that's Carlson. And he's got Pope back with him. Varley's going to go pick up the puck as 30 seconds have already gone by. Nice pass by OC right to the tape of Lang's stick. Lang, one to beat. Nice play, nice shot off the mask of the goaltender. Using his speed to cut that corner. Here come the riders. Halfway through this penalty. And they're going to dump it and change. So fresh skaters on the ice for the riders as Carlson picks it up, takes his time. Oh, misfires. Here come the riders. Riders, nice shot by Lang, or nice block by Lang, rather, and dangerous pass just wide of the net. So Hawks with 15 seconds left on this kill. Braden Lang breaks it up with his stick. Lang, centering pass again, but to the wrong team. Nice back check by Varley to break it up. Way to go, Henrik. Got his stick on that, and Lang's going to get it out of the zone. Varley's going to send it deep, and nice job by the Hawks. There's a no call on some body contact here along the boards. So not a very evenly called game. I don't believe the Hawks have been on the power play once today. But we've killed now 4 penalties, I think. So 8 minutes, 48 seconds left in the third period. Hawks up 4-1. Shot save. As Blom and Peterson didn't like the Rider skater, the big man 22, getting close to Ethan. Stack with the face-off. Riders win it. One-timer, but well off the net. And it fired again, almost off of our own stick into the net, but Ethan with the stop. There's Harper battling 2 or 3 Riders players. Stromberg into support. Shot, tip, save. What a quick, fast glove by Ethan on that one. That was off the tip of a Rider's stick. And Ethan picked it up like no big deal. So nice job by Ethan keeping this a 3-goal lead. So we got fresh legs out for the Hawks. That's Dodge on the face-off. Dodge wins it. Gets it to Kane. Kane whiffs, but gets a second opportunity at it. Gets it to Stack. Stack getting it to Dodge. Dodge kicks it forward. Stromberg and Stack hoping to capitalize here. Oh, great pass. Awesome pass to Dodge. Nice save by the Riders netminder. But love that extra pass by the Hawks. Stack going to try another little wrap around. Back at the net again. Hawks keep the pressure up. That's Pope. She's going to send it into Stromberg. And wow, the goalie came way out of the crease for that one. And we're moving the other direction. That's going to should be icing. Yes, looks like it could have touched the Hawks blue liner stick, but it did not. We're heading back in front of the Riders net. That's Noli Seyfried with some nifty stick work. Seyfried's going to try to take it, but taken from him. Pope sends it back into the zone. Two skaters down, and Pope again with time, but gets it to Seyfried. Seyfried gets it wide. That's going to be offsides. Six minutes, 43 seconds left in the third period. Hawks still up 4-1. Seyfried deep, Busman with Pope and Kane. Quick thinking by Kane, sending it over for Busman. Busman winning that physical battle, but sending it too far into the corner. As that's going to be icing, we're coming back. So Hawks now with a 2-shot advantage, 19 shots to the 17 shots of the Riders. Seyfried wins it. Seyfried uses the boards, but stopped by the Riders. Pope right to the stick of Seyfried. Seyfried's going to get it to Deep. Deep looking for the centering pass to Busman, but was a little behind him. And here comes Kane with a Riders player on his tail, but that's icing. So Varley, Boston, Kemper, Lang, Pope, and Kane. Riders win it. Riders send it on the top of the boards. Pope wins the battle, but puck goes over the blue line. Offsides. Pope with time scanning, but sent it right to the stick of a Riders player. That's happened too many times for the Hawks today. But we get it right back. So Varley going to cut that corner off the top of the post. It's flipping around in front of the net. Boston Kemper gets a shot off. And it's going to be icing once again. 5.5 minutes left in the third period. Hawks still with a 4-1 lead. Peterson and Carlson now in as your defensemen. That's Lang again on the face-off. Riders win it again. Peterson sends it back into the corner. Boston Kemper loses an edge. Keeps playing from his knees. Centering pass, but just over. Or just past the center up to Carlson, who sends it back in. Now here's Varley. Peterson keeps it. Oh, we're heading in the other direction. So Carlson has some time. Nice look to Varley. Varley gets it to Vossen-Kemper. Vossen-Kemper is going to hustle to see if he can get there. He does. Lang into support. Vossen-Kemper sends it to Carlson. Carlson rips it. And that's Lang working in front of the net. Goalie is down. There's plenty of space. Oh. And there's a whistle for, I don't know if the net is off or... They're going to send Riders player into the penalty box. So Hawks are on the power play for the first time today. That probably was a cross-check in front of the net, if I had to guess. As Hawks have a minute and a half to see if we can take advantage of this 5-on-4. So Pope and Blom back as your blue liners. That's Dodge out with Stromberg and Stack. Stack's going to pick it up behind the net. Stromberg picks it up. Stromberg hits Stack. Stack, cross-ice pass over to Dodge. Blom with time. Like to see the puck moving out of this team. Lots of time here for Stack. Stack finds a window. Oh, man, he wanted that one-timer badly. Stromberg did get a good piece of it, but not quite enough. As we are halfway through this penalty. And Hawks are going to change Blom and Pope for Carlson and Kane. Let's Stack on the faceoff. He wins it. Oh, just over the top of the stick of Dodge. And Hawks are going to regroup with about 35 seconds left in the Riders' penalty. Kane sends it forward. Stack has it. Stack's trying to set up a shot or a pass as Carlson was looking for that big slapper, but broken up by the Riders. Right in front of the net, off the pads of the Riders goalie. Kane, nice pass to Stack. Stack centering it to Dodge, and what a roofer! That was a beautiful shot from Stromberg. Roofs it as the Hawks make the Riders pay for that penalty, and we go up 5-1. So nice puck movement on that power play as well. It resulted in one more by the Hawks. We got just under 3 minutes left in this contest. As Hawks have Blom Peterson out with Busman, Seyfried, and deep. Seyfried on the chase. He's got deep. If he can center it, he does, but just a little too late. Seyfried battling. Seyfried's got a window, shoots it, but blocked by the shoulder of the Riders defenseman, Busman, using his body to get control of the puck, wraps it all the way around for Deep. Deep drops it for Seyfried behind the net. Seyfried points wide open if we can hit it. Battling in the corner. Here comes Peterson. He's going to step forward. Looks like there's going to be a penalty. As I believe the Hawks are going to send Deep to the penalty box for what I believe is our 6th penalty of the day. So of the 2 minutes and 3 seconds left, we will spend most of that on the penalty kill. With Pope, Carlson, Varley, and Boston Kemper. Some discussion here by the Riders to change out their players. So let's see it. All right, Riders want a timeout now after all that back and forth. So they're going to get it. Let's see if they can cook up a 4-point play, as that's how many goals they'd have to score to tie it. So Hawks are ready. Riders are still cooking something up over there. Again, we have 2 minutes, 3 seconds left in this game. 5-1, Hawks lead. And we've got a 1.5-minute penalty to kill. Yeah, blow the whistle, guys. Longest timeout ever. Here they come. As 1, 2, 3, they have too many unless they're pulling their goalie. All right, they are. So open net for the Hawks, but more importantly, just trying to prevent anything going past Ethan here in the final 2 minutes. Nice block by Carlson. And nice stick by Carlson. Carlson gets it to Varley. Varley takes a cross check right in front of the ref. As the Boulder player is like, what'd I do? So that's going to return us to even strength for the remainder of the game, or almost the remainder of the game. As Varley up and at him. No worse for wear, but not a smart play by the Riders play, who now takes that advantage away from them. So goalie back in net. We'll have even strength 4-on-4 hockey for 1 minute and 16 seconds, and then Hawks will have about 14 seconds of an advantage before we return to regular play for the remaining. That's too much math, but 19 seconds we'll have 5-on-5. So here come the Riders. And stopped by the Hawks. Again, 4-on-4. That's Varley, Vossen-Kemper, and Pope and Carlson. Pope's going to force the shot. She does. Ethan with the save. So fresh blue liners out here. That's Blom and Kane out with Dodge and Stack. So 4 new players. 54 seconds left in Deep's penalty. But still 4-on-4. Kane to Dodge. Dodge. Oh, looking for Stack cross ice, but Stack smartly. There is an empty net down there. That's going to be icing just a little wide. Interesting that they would still pull their goalie, but they did want that advantage, and they have it. Stack's going to take the face off. Riders with a shot, knocked down by Kane. And that's Dodge trying to get a bouncing puck. And it was looking for Stack. Stack going to try it again, but wide. Come on, Brecken. Let's get you one with that empty net. So 10 seconds left on Deep's penalty, and then Hawks will have an advantage. Win an empty net. There it is. 4 times the charm for Brecken Stack, who wanted that extra, and he got it as the Hawks take that empty netter to make it 6-1. So Riders put their goalie back in. 4 seconds before Eric Deep will get out of the box, and then Hawks will finish most of the game on the power play. So Hawks now have about 7 seconds of a power play. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Dodge dumps it into the corner. He's got Stromberg and Stack out with him. Peterson and Carlson back as your blue liners. We're now at even strength hockey for the remaining 5 seconds of this game, as the Hawks are going to take a much-needed W up here in Superior. Hawks win 6-1. Nice effort by the Hawks. Nice win. Anytime you beat the Riders. So we'll see you back next weekend. I believe we've got a Saturday night game against Arapahoe. So we'll see you then.